Did you know that for most of human history, toilets weren't inside our houses? It's something we take for granted, but our ancestors had some pretty interesting solutions. So, how exactly did they handle their business? Let's travel back to ancient Rome. The Romans were famous for their public latrines. Imagine sitting on a long marble bench with multiple holes, right next to your neighbors, chatting away while you did your thing. There was no privacy, and instead of toilet paper, they used a shared sponge on a stick called a xylospongium. Yes, you heard that right, a shared sponge. Fast forward to the Middle Ages. If you lived in a castle, you might have used a garderobe. This was basically a small room with a stone or wooden seat that had a hole leading straight down the outside of the castle wall. The waste would just drop into the moat below. The name garderobe comes from the French word for wardrobe because people would hang their clothes in these shafts. The ammonia from the urine was believed to kill fleas and other pests in their garments. For people who didn't live in castles, things were a bit simpler. For centuries, the outhouse was a common sight. This was a small shed with a simple toilet seat over a deep hole in the ground. You'd have to brave the cold, the heat, and the dark to use it, which was definitely not fun in the middle of the night or during a snowstorm. And speaking of the middle of the night, that's where the chamber pot comes in. This was a portable pot, usually made of ceramic or metal, kept under the bed. You'd use it at night to avoid a trip to the outhouse. But in the morning, someone had the lovely job of emptying it, often by just tossing the contents out the window into the street below. If you've ever heard the phrase "look out below," this is where it came from. It wasn't until the late 16th century that Sir John Harington invented the first flush toilet for his godmother, Queen Elizabeth I, but it didn't really catch on for another couple of hundred years. It took advances in plumbing and a growing understanding of hygiene during the Victorian era for indoor flush toilets to become more common in wealthy homes, and eventually, for everyone. So next time you use your nice, clean, private bathroom, take a moment to appreciate how far we've come. From shared sponges to moats and chamber pots, the history of the toilet is a fascinating reminder of modern convenience. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this trip back in time, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.